It's mad crazy out here. I never seen nothing like it up this close hitting home. It's very scary.
Parts of green country on fire. A pair of large grass fires destroy homes and cause dozens of evacuations. And who turned the water off while the supply is running low in Rogers County? Today was the hottest day so far of the summer, and tomorrow could be worse. I'll have the details. Also ahead, avoiding impulse buys at the checkout stand next on 2 News at 10.
You're watching 2 News Works for you in high definition.
Oklahoma Highway Patrol issue an evacuation order. All people in this area need to evacuate buildings immediately.
Some scary scenes near Sapulpa today where a raging grass fire knocked on the door of some homes and forced more than 100 people out. That fire was just one of 2 large grass fires in the Tulsa metro. The other in Turley burned several homes and scorched hundreds of acres. And that's where we begin tonight. 25 homes in Turley were affected by the flames. 10 people had to be taken to the hospital because of the extreme heat, including 8 firefighters. No one was seriously hurt, but for the families who lost everything, the emotional toll is far worse. In a breaking news update, 2 News reporter Brianne Palmerini is live near 61st Street and North Peoria in Turley at a relief center for firefighters. Brianne?
Well, firefighters here are getting some treatment because they're still out there working. There's still hot spots sprouting up in the area. Nearly 150 firefighters have been out working since this afternoon, and nearly 200 acres have burned up.
That whole trailer's gone.
Loma McGee watched as the fire destroyed the property around her home and everything in her yard.
It was terrible. This came up, and within a matter of 10 minutes, it was from 56th Street down here.
The flames licked at trees, grass, and buildings.
It really made a hot fire. I mean, the flames were going higher than the houses were.
National Guard helicopters were targeting the flames in an effort to help Tulsa, Sperry, Turley, Collinsville, and Broken Arrow firefighters. McGee's daughter, Virginia, joined her to watch and wait while all of McGee's possessions were at the mercy of the flames.
My house was to go up and
Hopeful the fire might pass them by.
we were hoping that it was, but it didn't.
Despite the best efforts of fire crews, McGee's property is a total loss.
She's lost everything that means anything to her. But you know, it's hard for an 82-year-old woman to start her life all over again. And that's what she's got to do.
Officials are still not sure why this massive fire started, but they will continue to monitor the area for hotspots. Now, in total, 10 different green country firefighters, fire departments have responded. In Turley, Brianne Palmerini, 2 News Works for you.
Amazing scenes out there. Now, another big grass fire caused problems southwest of the metro. A fire in Sapulpa burned for hours. Families were evacuated, and the heat caused real problems for firefighters. The latest now as we continue our team coverage of today's grass fires. It started mid-afternoon near I-44 and West 81st. Smoke was billowing over the highway. The highway patrol was called in to help with evacuations.
All people in this area need to evacuate buildings immediately.
Behind me is a trailer park. That's our main area of concern. We all know that trailer houses burn very, very quickly.
At one point, residents and nearby workers were moving fast. They worked together to save a couple of dogs from a home that was right in the path of the fire.
We got a big dog underneath. Stacy, maybe the 2 of us.
At times, the fire seemed to die down and then suddenly build back up. At one point, it grew to a size of 4 square miles.
Hey, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Firefighters were not only battling the fire, but also heat exhaustion.
I know they've put 4 IVs in 4 different firemen and sent them back out there, but I'm getting to the point now where I'm having to go guy to guy when they come in to get drinks and see if I need to send them home.
While firefighters had their hands full, many folks took it on themselves to protect their property.
Just
trying to stop the sparks from coming on into our facility here.
You can just imagine how hot it is for those firefighters in those suits. And Dan, tomorrow, I guess the question is it going to be hotter?
I think tomorrow will be hotter, and that's dangerous news for us because today temperatures broke all-time records for the day. The temperature in Tulsa made it all the way up to 112. It was hotter in Bartlesville at 113. These are temperatures that many have never seen in their entire lives, and the temperatures are just building on each day. They're getting a little hotter. 101 on Saturday, and we thought that was rough. 112 today, and that bar graph will continue. When you start melting thermometers, and that's what happened there with the image that Mindy sent in, you've got some very, very serious problems. The record, the hottest we've ever been in Tulsa, was 115, and tomorrow we're going to be very near that. The all-time record is 120. It really all depends on this. At the front, it's working its way through Kansas right now. It'll be in green country for tomorrow, and with that front, we'll see a few more clouds and a chance of rain. And coming up in the weather, we'll talk a little bit more about the front, its impact on green country, and what you can expect for tomorrow and the rest of the week. Russ, all that's coming up in minutes.
Melting thermometers. Unbelievable, Dan. All right, well, another heat alert for the Tulsa Metro. EMSA paramedics responded to 9 calls of people with reported heat problems today. 4 of those people had to be taken to the hospital to get checked out. And this heat has proven deadly in Oklahoma. Scorching temperatures have now claimed 12 lives in Oklahoma so far this year. 10 more could be heat-related. Officials are still investigating. Officials say that July was the hottest month ever recorded in the state of Oklahoma. Now, because of the heat, Oklahoma Gas and Electric is giving customers who owe money a break. The company announced today that they will not shut power off because of overdue bills during the month of August. OG&E is asking its almost 800,000 customers, though, to cut back on the amount of electricity they use. Well, the heat is leading to extreme water problems for parts of green country. Mandatory water rationing is now in effect in Rogers County, and the city of Tulsa could issue voluntary rationing tomorrow. All new at 10. 2 News anchor Dina Silk has more.
You just try your best to conserve wherever you can.
Diana Delgado's been dealing with low water pressure for weeks now, but lately that low pressure has turned into no pressure at all.
Couldn't take a shower last night, got up this morning and there was just a trickle.
When there is water, she's stocking up, even using leftover ice to water her plants.
I dump my dog bowl water, I pour it on other plants.
Diana's not alone. Hundreds of residents in the Keatonville area are without water. Rural Water District Manager Rick Stoll says there's simply not enough water to go around.
And everybody in Owasso is using all that water. By the time it gets to Highway 20 in Keatonville, there's not any water.
Rogers County gets part of its water from Oologah Lake and buys 2 million gallons a day from Tulsa. Tuesday morning, the Keatonville Tower reached a dangerous low.
That's about right here at the bottom, 18 foot on the tower. It's not a management problem, it's the drought. This is the first time since 1980, 31 years, that we've had this type of situation.
The situation in Tulsa could get worse before it gets better. Monday, the city set a water usage record, topping 207 million gallons.
If we use at least 206 million gallons today, then that would implement stage 1 of water use restrictions, which is voluntary restrictions of water sprinkling, water use outside.
For many residents in rural Rogers County, outside watering is no longer an option, and pool water has a new use. A temporary fix to a growing problem.
We're at everybody else's mercy as to what they will use or not use.
And we'll know more tomorrow whether or not the city of Tulsa will be on any type of water restrictions. For the latest on this story, go to KJRH.com. Dina Silk, 2 News works for you.
It is tough out there. All right, Dina, thanks. New tonight, the federal government moves to regulate the common farm fertilizer used in the Oklahoma City bombing. Timothy McVeigh combined the fertilizer ammonium nitrate with diesel fuel in the 1995 bombing, and that same fertilizer may have been used in the Norway bombing last month. The government wants anyone who buys, sells, or transfers at least 25 pounds of it to register. Well, the corruption trial against 2 Tulsa police officers continues tomorrow. Today, the prosecution called 2 witnesses arrested on drug charges. Police allegedly found ecstasy and a pound of marijuana in the apartment of Cara Bartell and William Kennard. Officer Jeff Henderson claims a confidential informant named Rochelle Martin bought drugs from the couple at the apartment, But Bartell and Kennard claim they never met Martin. Henderson and Officer Bill Yelton are on trial for allegedly falsifying information to arrest suspected drug dealers. Well, Tulsa police are still looking for a third suspect in a bank robbery this morning. Police say that one suspect walked into the Arvest Bank at 36th and Yale in Midtown Tulsa around 9:30 this morning and demanded cash. A short time later, 2 people were arrested. Police are still looking for a third suspect. In a down economy, retailers pull out every trick in the book to try to boost sales. How avoid becoming a victim of budget busters, we'll tell you. And you may be surprised which wireless company has the happiest customers.
The all-time record high in Tulsa is 115 degrees. We're going to give it a run tomorrow. We'll talk about what could keep us a couple degrees shy of that. That's coming up.
If Verizon is your cell phone service provider, you should be pretty satisfied. That's according to a new survey. Verizon users give top marks for customer service and satisfaction. T-Mobile came in second. AT&T and Sprint are tied for dead last. Well, many of us have fallen prey to impulse buys at our favorite stores, turning a $20 shopping trip into a $120 shopping spree. 2 News consumer reporter John Matarese alerts us to some budget busters in tonight's segment 2.
All of us love a deal when we're shopping, but it turns out many of the things we purchase in stores are not quite the deals they first appear to be. Instead, it's slick retail marketing.
Admit it, all of us have made impulse purchases while shopping. Donna Chambly-Aaron is a college professor who's an expert in marketing, but even she admits when she walks into Target to buy 1 or 2 items, she still walks out with other things she wasn't planning to buy.
Because if you go in, you don't have a plan, it's really easy to just pick up things that are unnecessary and things that you don't need.
That's exactly what stores want. MoneyWatch.com calls it pricing psychology and lists some tricks that retailers use to get you to buy more. Among them, the 5 per customer limit, which makes you think the item is red hot and scarce.
Like, oh gosh, I can get like 5 of these, you know, maybe I should get them when you really don't need them.
Another trick, according to Money Watch, big promotions with prices ending in 99, like this Tide detergent for $17.99. It's really $18. And if they put that promotion on an end cap or at the store entrance, Donna says it can be doubly hard to resist.
I think that's very strategic. I hate to say that, especially for women.
2 more tricks, 10 for 10. We all know you don't really have to buy 10, but many shoppers still do. And finally, BOGO, or buy 1, get 1 free. Money Watch says shoppers can't resist BOGO and often buy 2 pairs of shoes this way when they never even planned on buying 1 pair.
If it looks like something that I would really like, I purchase it. A lot of times I really don't need it.
Retailers and restaurants all want you to think you landed a good deal when you made a purchase. So it's a good idea to be prepared for the come-ons, the twofers, and the great displays that await you when you walk into many stores these days. That way you're not surprised by the size of your credit card bill and you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
Now keeping you and your family safe. This is 2 Works For You weather, certified most accurate.
Tomorrow's historic weather will be dependent on this guy right here. It is a front. It's in Kansas. Behind it, the air is not colder, but it is a couple of degrees less hot. And it would be a boundary that would trigger off cloud cover and scattered showers. If we can get that little rascal in here for tomorrow, we're not going to be breaking that all-time record high. We will see likely records broke, but the all-time record for our area it may fall a little bit across the area. All right, let's go ahead and take a look, if we could, at Viper. Just call it Viper, and we'll talk a little bit more about the front itself. And you can see that boundary. Behind it, the air is a little bit less hot. Ahead of it, we saw records today. In fact, a record broken this morning was 87. That's the warmest we've ever had for a low temperature. And the record this afternoon, well, we made it all the way up to 112 degrees. That's amazing. We've never been that hot for this particular date. The temperatures just keep warming up. I think for tomorrow, we are looking at temperatures across green country climbing up to about 113 to 115. It all really depends on the front itself. And that front will be in the area. So tomorrow, rain chances 20 to 30% across the area. And we are looking looking at rain across the region as well, and the possibility for less grass fires and temperatures less hot across the area. Now keep in mind, we still have that excessive heat warning in effect. That excessive heat warning will be in effect all the way through the rest of the work week. There's that run of temperatures from 101 all the way up to 112 degrees for this afternoon. Now watch what the Futurecast does. For tonight, it's showing a little bit of rain. We had that. That's all kind of ended, and the Futurecast picks that up, fizzles it out. So tomorrow morning, Julie Chin will be here with new data. She'll likely show you that front across parts of Kansas. We'll have an idea how hot it's going to be by how far south it goes. Closer it gets to the Oklahoma-Kansas line, the less chance that we'll have of seeing that 115 broken. We don't want it broken. We want it to cool off, and if we can push that boundary a little bit further to the south, we'll have less of a chance of rain. But the data tonight, as well as the data from the morning runs, show some scattered showers and a few isolated thunderstorms. If over the airport we could get some cloud cover, an isolated shower, not going to happen. We'll be at 108, 109, but we're not going to make that 115 degrees. I went with 114. I nearly chopped 1 or 2 degrees off of that, but I'm going to ride with that 114. The low is still in the area on Thursday, and Thursday I did bump up the rain chances to about a 30% chance. We will have more cloud cover, and the temperatures will be less hot. I'm avoiding using the word cooler, but it will be less hot on Thursday. So again, tomorrow should be the hottest day of the entire summer. Overnight low temperatures will drop mainly into the 70s. You couldn't see the current, but at 10 o'clock at night, listen to this, it was 100 degrees in Tulsa. That's never happened that I'm aware of. 100 degrees at 10 o'clock, by morning 85 degrees. Afternoon clouds, an ozone alert, and 114. More cloud cover will be around 112 to 110, but I do think we'll have a chance for an isolated shower. Temperatures in the 112 to 114 range, maybe 115. It really depends on, again, where the clouds set up, Russ, but it'll be a very interesting day for tomorrow. The 7-day shows it will be less hot on Thursday. I dropped it down to 108, 106 on Friday, Saturday 105, and then on Sunday we have the Family Fun Day. On Sunday at the Drillers game, 106 with a 20% chance of rain. Well, since the computer died, you didn't get a chance to see it. There is a tropical storm. It's called Emily. I did a projection on that. It doesn't move it into the Gulf like we were hoping. Had it moved it in the Gulf, we'd had a chance for clouds and rain. It moves it up the eastern seaboard and it dies. So our only hope really is that front tomorrow and where the clouds set up.
I tell you what, this is just incredible stuff, historic stuff.
I've been in this business for 30 years. I've never forecast 114 degrees in 30 years of doing weather.
Well, hopefully we won't hit it tomorrow.
Let's
we'll
hope
see
not.
what happens. Sports coming your way next. Stay with us.
It's safe to say Kevin Durant enjoys life. The Thunder star player in Harlem, NYC, last night playing some hoops. And you can see the crowd that showed up to watch. 66 points last night in his pickup game. And when he sank the jumper at the end, he gets mobbed by the folks at Rucker Park. Hoop games much? Gotta love that stuff. Hello, my friends. Final days before it's sweating time. So it's the OSU Caravan, their last chance to stay cool in Tulsa tonight. Justin Blackman and Brandon Whedon with surprise appearances at the shindig tonight. And a really good crowd for the preseason pep rally for area Polk fans. The OSU quarterback knows this is the final week to make those leisurely on-stage appearances.
I mean, there's no doubt I'm ready to start playing football, no doubt about that. But, you know, this is part that comes with it. You know, this is just, you know, one of the perks of having a successful season last year. So, I mean, you know, we love to play football.
The heat has been unbearable, as we know. 114 tomorrow and still over 100 when college teams hit the practice fields at the end of the week. Hey, listen, they would rather have it in the mid-70s, but that's not going to happen. And the indoor facility will not be ready for another 2 seasons.
I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I don't think it'd be that fun, but it's something we're going to have to do.
Yeah, I don't really know how you brace for it. I mean, it's unbearable. I mean, it's to the point where you don't even really want to go outside. It's hot. But I think last time I heard we're gonna move practice up a little bit and try to beat it. It'll still be 95. Get out there at 1 o'clock. So we'll find a way.
I doubt many players will be doing flips over the heat this weekend as they did during spring drills. The heat will still be on in September, and not just the weather. Group in the first 4 games. A rematch of last year's Alamo Bowl with Arizona, a trip to Tulsa, and off to College Station for the conference opener against Texas A&M. They represent the city of Tulsa, and hopefully, with a little luck, they'll be representing Tulsa and Williamsport, PA in the Little League World Series. But first, there's this trip to Waco, Texas.
Your shoulder turn, then drop it down, okay? Go, come get it.
Tulsa Little League, we're an all-star team out of Tulsa Little League, started playing in June. These kids from all over Tulsa County. Most of them are right in the middle of Tulsa. We won state here in Oklahoma last week, and we're heading down to Waco on the 4th. And if you win in Waco, you get a chance of going all the way to Pennsylvania.
Very excited. It's one in a lifetime opportunity, so we're kind of looking forward to it.
We got to make the routine plays and keep our bats alive.
It's going to take our best play. It's going to take our kids playing at their highest level in order to do this. But you know what? We really think that we have a chance of doing it.
Everyone has a chance. It's whoever plays the hardest, and that's who's going to probably win.
Well, we're a good defensive team. We make the routine plays usually, and then our bats have really come alive in the state tournament.
I like that left-handed Derek Jeter to be right at short. Cards and Brewers again from Milwaukee. St. Louis 3.5 going into this one. Look at that shot by Matt Holliday off the top of the center field scoreboard. Tremendous shot. And then the Brewers come right back with a run of their own. Corey Hart with the single sends home a run. And then later in the ballgame, the Cards take advantage and get up 6-3. You see the shot. Jaime Garcia down the line, and it is gone. 3-run shot. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, they let that lead get away, and it's 7-7 that game in the 8th inning of play. Meanwhile, at Driller Stadium, the drill bits get the job done. 6-2. We have a zone for you coming right up. We did have an unexpected visitor to the dugout in the highlight zone. The mighty praying mantis latches onto the Florida Marlins cap and stays there. That's one big praying mantis, and after a while, he's starting to become the player's good luck charm and pet. And then later, saying hi to ball players as they pass by. Just a decoy, just a trick. Attack, attack, attack. In the highlight zone.
Oh, it's on his back, too.
Oh, yeah.
Never got off him. All right, Al, thanks. We're going to check the forecast again in just a moment. Stay with us. All eyes on tomorrow now.
Temperatures for tomorrow will be very close to the record high. If we can get that front in here, we'll have clouds and rain, and it won't be 114, but worst case scenarios, we're going to be close to that record. A little bit less hot on Thursday. The weekend, 105 and 106. At the Drillers game on Sunday, it's Family Fun Day, so check that out.
And we still have our poll question up. The blizzard or the summer heat, which is worse?
You mean the blizzard.
Leno's next.
2 News works for you on air, online, and on your mobile. Get connected, stay connected.